pleasure to evaluate Victor. He is my protege, but no more. He is a pro and he is our president. I am so excited to see how quickly
My
you
name is Don Garland. I am Donna Eden's daughter, and this is your
have taken on your role. Going on to your wish list here, you had no filler words that I heard. Fantastic. You stayed on point, very crisp and clear. Vocal variety and body language. Because you have such a tranquil voice, Victor, you and Warren have probably the two best voices in our club. I could hear you read a bedtime story, I could listen to a speech, but because of that, you tend to be a little one note. You did change your vocal variety just a little bit, but I would encourage you when you're telling stories, if you're being disciplined, be disciplined. If you're being funny, be funny and light. So just amp it up a little bit. Otherwise, you hit your mark on vocal language and body language. Confidence and presence were your last goals. You're very confident and you don't need to work on presence. You have a gorgeous smile, you take the stage, your shoulders are always back, and you're always looking around and addressing your audience and making sure we're all included. Some items to work on. Eye contact, you're getting so much better, but one thing I think all of us could do, especially when you're doing work presentations, is get your notes up as high as your video camera or webcam. You can tape them onto your monitor, you can stick them on a broom and tape it to the back of your desk, but get those notes up high because you tend to look down really low to grab your line. And the last point on eye contact would be put a little red sticker. That's what I do. I have a red sticker on my webcam to make sure I go back there because you're kind of doing the eye contact backwards, I noticed. You were starting off your point and then you didn't finish it to camera. You looked down to grab your next line, whereas it'd be much more dynamic if, this is my trick, I pretend I'm glancing the gallery, but I'm looking at my notes and grabbing my next line, and then deliver that punch right to camera. And then if you need to take a pause before your next line, look to camera before you look to your notes, and it's a little less jarring for us than this. Otherwise, I completely loved your title. It was perfect. I loved how you talked about old Victor and how he was lazy. And with my, I just said, I'm sorry, count me down. In my coaching business, sometimes I feel like I have to be perfect. And I've worked with Mara on this a lot. And just being vulnerable and where we are is a great way to make human connection and also to give ourselves some grace. So I love that you shared with everyone. You come off as this perfect President Victor, but you shared that you had some struggles in the beginning. You were lazy. You weren't in the best relationships, but you gave us that hope. You brought us out of that sadness with your victory. And that's the one thing I really love is when you end with an inspiration, and you always do that in your speeches. I loved it all. I loved how you talked about the victim mentality, and you did a great job on this speech. It was my pleasure to be your evaluator.